Hello and welcome to the Knitting with Cat Hair podcast. My name is Nikki, also known as Knitting with Cat Hair on Instagram and Cat Hair Knitting on Ravelry. I'm coming to you from Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, where I live with my partner, our 2 daughters, and our 5 cats. And just a heads up, my cats are extremely rambunctious right now. You can probably see them darting around, so hopefully it's not too distracting. I don't know what's gotten into them. Anyways, the window is also open because I wanted to enjoy some of the bird sounds. And so they'll be running and jumping across, and just excuse me for 1 second, and chewing on lots of cords, apparently. Anyways, so welcome back to all returning viewers and welcome to all new viewers. This is primarily a knitting podcast. However, I do get into some of the other crafts that I'm delving into at the time, such as crochet and cross stitch. So I hope everybody is doing well. Everyone's keeping healthy and safe. I'm not going to go into the whole COVID talk today. I think we're all pretty much oversaturated with it. So I just want to wish everyone, happy and healthy and safe wishes. Okay, so let's get right into the knitting. First off, I just wanted to show you my new mug, new-ish mug. So this is my Save the North mug, polar bear mug, that I got when we took the kids for a trip up north to see the Cochrane Polar Bear Habitat Sanctuary. It's basically a place where polar bears go to live out the rest of their lives after they're done in zoos. This guy's crazy today. This is Tom. He's nuts. He's about 2 years old. His name is Tom Kitten, actually. That's his full name. And he's named after the cat from Beatrix Potter book. If you've ever read that book, you know that that's a very naughty kitten. And yes, that's exactly what Tom is. Very naughty and chubby. Anyways, I'm sure you'll see more of him. Okay, so let's get right into the knitting. So I do have one finished object for today. Dun, 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 dun. And it's a pair of socks. So I had finished this one on the last podcast, and now I'm done the second one. This was where I was at last podcast. So these are done up in Canon Hand Dyed's Bruce Yak Merino yarn, fingering weight, in their Peter Pan Polar Opposites club color. So I'll just put one down here. So these are for my partner. So I cast on 72 stitches. I did a 3x1 rib down the leg and the top of the foot. And then I did a contrasting heel and toe. The heel is just a slip stitch heel flap and gusset. Yeah, and they turned out really well. I like them, and my partner's been asking to wear them, and I haven't let him because I wanted to show them on the podcast first before he puts his feet into them and starts, making them look not quite as nice. So he'll be happy to have these now that I've shown them. So that's my one and only finished object. Maybe we'll go with woolen. Okay, I'm still working on my woolen honey. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure everyone is sick of seeing this. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. I'm on sleeves, and I know people complain about Sleeve Island, and usually that's not a problem for me, but I just can't seem to get through this garter. Okay, so let's see. Where's the front? All right. This is the front. Okay, so I finished the body last time as I showed you guys, and this is the right sleeve, and that's how far I've come. So I did a couple inches, but I mean, I don't know if it's because it's garter or what, but it's just taking a long time. And I don't know. I don't know what my excuses are. Honestly, I'm trying really hard not to be too hard on myself. Given given the circumstances, I'm just going with whatever, knitting whatever makes my heart sing at the time. So, you know, I've been getting bored of this one, so I switched to another one. And what can I tell you? It's just taking a lot longer. So for those who don't know, this is knit up in Tennis Fiber Arts PureWash Singles fingering weight in the caramel color. I just love the color. It's so pretty. I really can't wait to wear it. I do want to wear it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm hoping. Okay, honestly, if I don't have at least one sleeve done by next podcast, I'm not showing it. Okay, I won't put you guys through it again because it's just getting a little ridiculous. All right, and that's housed in my Jezebel bee bag. Sorry, let me just shove everything back in here. Okay, my Jezebel bee bag, which is getting covered with cat hair again. Okay, on to my next work in progress. So I did make quite a bit of headway on my Felix pullover. And okay, this is the front. Yes, okay. So this is where I was last time. And I met quite a few inches. I actually started separating for the sleeves. But when I was doing that, I was putting it on waist yarn and I was counting my stitches, and I realized that although I felt like I followed the pattern to a T, I was short some stitches for the sleeves. So I went back and I looked at the pattern, and apparently I must not have done enough of the increase repeats, so that nice detailing down the each side of the arm. So I am literally making the size smaller by accident. So I'm gonna have to rip back. I can't. I'm using oh, I should tell you. So I'm using Michell Baby Suri Roving, and it's a mixture of Baby Suri, alpaca, merino. Yeah, it's 40% alpaca, Baby Suri, 40% merino, and 20% silk. Sorry, my cats are fighting right now. Tom. Okay. Yeah, so it is a worsted weight, and the pattern actually calls for an Aran weight, so it is thinner. So to compensate, I did do a gauge, like I checked my gauge, and I'm definitely on the small side, so I'm gonna have to go up a size, which was what I was planning on doing anyways. So I'm making, gosh, I think it's the 52 inch is what I'm intending to make, but apparently I accidentally didn't do enough repeats, and I'm making the smaller size right now. So what I'll do is I'll just rip back and add in another repeat. I'm not too far past, so it shouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, this yarn is so soft and beautiful. Oh, I think it's gonna make a lovely Felix pullover. Sorry, and I didn't mention that it's by the pattern is by Christoffers. Pretty popular pattern on Ravelry. Okay, and that is housed in my Needle Crafts fox bag. So cute. Okay, and I do have, since I finished the socks for my partner, I cast on another pair of socks for myself, housed in my Needle Crafts bee bag. Just so you know, everything I mention in the podcast, I will link below in the description. So if you're looking for anything that I've talked about. Okay, these are Hopefully you can see this. This is a very dark yarn. These are my sieve socks. I'm gonna get up and come closer. So hopefully you can see the detailing. It's beautiful. Cabling on the side. So this is, oh sorry, I should go this way. This is the right sock. And it's being knit out of Malabrigo sock. And the colorway is 810 Cordovan. It's a really dark brown with kind of these bronzy hints in it. I don't know if you can see the cake. It's really pretty. Yeah, so I'm knitting that up on my Chowgu red lace needles. They're a size US 1, 2.25 millimeter. And I think you cast on 65 stitches for this sock. And the pattern, I think you can buy it separately on Ravelry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. But it's actually, I'm using it out of my Laine Magazine. So this is Laine Magazine number 1. Where is it? Show you what the socks look like, if I can find the picture. There we go. So they're the pattern is by Heidi Slander. And this is what they're gonna look like. I just love the cable detail on the side. They're so pretty. So it's a nice switch from the vanilla socks that I've been working on recently. Obviously they're a lot more slow going because you have to pay attention to the pattern, and it's a little more fidgety, but I'm enjoying it. And yeah, can't wait to get them done so I can move on to the next pair. Okay, and I think that's it for knitting. I do have a few acquisitions that I'll show you. So, oh, I forgot to look up the name, so I'm gonna have to look it up and I'll put it in the description below. But I was able to get these beautiful dandelion sock blockers from a little company. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was something like Norway or somewhere, definitely across the ocean. So they took a bit of time coming, but I just love them, and I can't wait to put my first sock on them. So pretty. When I first got them, I was showing them to my partner, and for some reason I smelled them, and you could smell the smoke. It smelled like campfire, I guess, from the wood burning, from the details. It doesn't smell anymore, but when I first got them, it did. Yeah. Reminded me of summer, because we do a lot of camping in summer. Okay, and lastly, in terms of acquisitions, my Brooklyn tweed yarn came for the brochet dress that I was planning on making. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually make the dress or just turn it into a top. We'll see how that goes, because it's a fingering weight dress, and seeing how long it's taking me to knit up my woolen honey sweater, which is also fingering weight, I'm not sure if I'm ready for a dress at this point. It just seems like it will take me years to finish. But these are the colors that I got for the dress. So the main color would be this one. It's called Storm Cloud. It's kind of like a heathered brownish. Sorry, and these are all Brooklyn Tweed Loft. So as I mentioned on the last podcast, I took advantage of their very generous promotion whereby you could order their yarn and use a discount code, and they would and you could order it from any of your local yarn shops that offer Brooklyn Tweed, and they would reimburse that local yarn store. So I did take advantage of that promotion. So that was Storm Cloud. Now this color is called Camper. It's a little more red than I thought it was going to be. So in the picture, I thought it was more of a coral color. But you know what? I think I'm okay with it. So this will be part of the color work. And then this is tartan. So like a beautiful tweed, it's not tweed, but it is a beautiful teal color. And this yarn is it feels very rustic. I've never used Brooklyn Tweed yarn before. I've heard great things about it. It definitely feels rustic, but I've heard it's very light. Like it looks thicker than a fingering, but I think it's gonna, like when you spread it out, yeah, it goes thin. Okay, interesting. And then the last color is called Iceberg, and it's just a kind of a light, very light blue or turquoisey blue color. So I think, you know, whatever I end up doing with them, I think they'll look pretty together. I do love teal and turquoise. It's kind of my weakness. Okay, and that's it for stash acquisitions. Just trying to think if there's anything else. I've ordered a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because we're all cooped up inside, but kind of am going on ordering sprees. So in non-knitting talk, my daughter was requesting some books, and we obviously can't go to the library or a bookstore or anything like that. So I went online to Indigo Chapters and ordered her a few books by her current favorite author. I can't remember the name of the author, but she writes these graphic novel books that are for kids. Anyways, her famous one is, I think it's called Smile. So yeah, she really enjoys them. And so while I was doing that, I also ordered myself a few books. I've been meaning to read Margaret Atwood's Handmaid's Tale. I have not watched the series yet. I wanted to read the book first. So I ordered that, and I ordered the sequel, which is called, is it The Testament? I believe that's the name. Anyway, so I ordered that one as well. And then another book called Son of a Trickster, which was, I think, one of the Canada Reads. It may have been the winning book. I'm not even sure. I just remember hearing on CBC an interview with the author, and she made the book sound really interesting. So I ordered that. And what else have I ordered? Bunch of stuff from Shoppers Drug Mart, just shampoo and stuff that I can't get locally right now without having to visit a Shoppers Drug Mart, which I don't want to do. And then I ordered a bunch of yarny things, so I'll leave those for next time. So hopefully they'll come before the next podcast and I can show them. Yeah, so I think that's it for today. It's probably a pretty short podcast, but I hope everyone's doing well, keeping safe, washing your hands, staying healthy, getting out when you can for walks if you're allowed to. That's been my saving grace. So I've been working from home for the last 2 weeks, I guess. Yeah, it's going okay. On lunch, my daughter and I go for a walk, usually, just to get out and move. It helps. Get some fresh air. Spring is definitely here. All the snow is melted from our front yard, so that's nice. The garden's starting to come up. I have to do some cleaning, gardening, and yeah. Sun's starting to shine. Can't complain. So anyways, yeah, take care everyone, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.